This video is on segmented breathing. It's a technique used by freedivers and Thai forest monks, among others. Freedivers use this technique to isolate and train muscle groups in order to increase lung capacity for extended breath holds. Monks use this technique to train concentration. You will see this technique in more advanced breathwork exercises, so please consider subscribing. You can support this channel simply by clicking the like button as well. In this practice, we breathe through the nose. Nasal breathing warms, filters, and humidifies incoming air. You get 10 to 20% more oxygen uptake when breathing through your nose than when breathing through your mouth. When you breathe through the nose, nitric oxide is released in the nasal cavity and lungs. Nitric oxide is a signaling molecule. It improves oxygen delivery to the lungs. It's also known to be broadly antifungal, antiviral, and antibacterial. You can learn more about the benefits of nitric oxide by clicking on Breathwork video number 2 in the description below, where you'll find a practice there as well for increasing nitric oxide. The lungs are flexible. They expand on the inhalation. The limit to expansion is the thoracic cavity. The thoracic cavity houses the lungs and heart. The diaphragm separates the thoracic cavity from the abdominal cavity. Nasal breathing activates the diaphragm. When we breathe diaphragmatically, we increase the volume in the thoracic cavity. The abdominal wall pushes out so that the diaphragm can drop even further. When we're at rest and breathing naturally, the diaphragm moves down about 1 centimeter. When we breathe diaphragmatically, it can move down 7 to 10 centimeters. This creates more room for the lungs to expand. It's important to note that we're not breathing into the stomach, we're just pushing it out to make more room for the lungs to stretch. Check out Breathwork video number 1 for more information on diaphragmatic breathing in the description below. So let's practice for a few breaths. The objective is to slow the breath and improve control of the diaphragm and abdominal muscles. Begin by sitting up straight to allow for the fullest expansion of the thoracic cavity. Breathe in, push the abdominal wall out, and let it return to its natural position on the out-breath. Don't raise your chest or shoulders. We want to control the muscles in the stomach. The slower you breathe, the greater the control. Try this for several breaths. Next, we'll train the intercostal muscles. The intercostal muscles can be pushed outward to expand the thoracic cavity laterally. This is a bit trickier to master. Try hooking your thumbs around the rib cage. Bring your index fingers together on the exhalation. When you breathe in, concentrate on breathing laterally so that the fingers separate. Use the abdominal and intercostal muscles to expand the thoracic cavity and increase its volume. When you breathe out, the fingers come together again to touch. Try this for several breaths. Lastly, we will breathe into the chest. Interestingly, when people are anxious, they breathe only from the chest. Their breaths tend to be rapid and shallow. This kind of breathing only worsens symptoms associated with anxiety. For this practice, we breathe into the chest to maximize volume only after pushing out the abdominal wall and stretching the rib cage out laterally. So let's put it all together. Stomach, intercostals, and chest. Keep it slow and controlled. Exhaling naturally from the chest, ribs, abdomen. Inhaling, abdomen, ribs, chest. Exhaling in reverse, chest, ribs, abdomen. Continue like this for several breaths.